Welcome back to another episode of Stay on Target. I'm your host, Nitsud, because it's opposite day, backwards day. That's what we like to say here today. Thanks for joining us. We're excited to be with you.
What is going on?
With me, as always, I have Keen.
Keen, that's me. And then
What's my name backwards?
Tam.
Sometimes we call him Tammy.
You
Hey, what would,
didn't do
what
my
would
full
the full,
name.
what
I
would
was
the
waiting
full
for
name?
that.
Yeah.
Full name, Matthew
Wootam.
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 Wootam. That would be, more Wootam.
Wootam.
And as always, driving, steering, keeping us together, afloat and drifting in space. It is Nad.
Nad driving the rad bus. It's fun up here.
Rad Nad bus.
Wrap it, bro.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. You guys keep it down back there. I can still see you. They can
Right?
still see you.
Hello. Jazz hands.
That's
Jazz
awesome.
hands.
Hands.
Yeah.
It does look like
Does-
a bus
does
because
look
we
like
are
a
in the
bus.
back of the bus.
Yeah.
No,
so-
for real though, I'm Dan. This is Nick.
You're not Dan.
Oh wait.
This is Dan.
Wow, that's Dan.
This is Dustin.
This is Dustin.
We all just switched names.
They're
We don't have names.
Yeah.
All right.
They're twins, if you couldn't tell.
All right. I am the actual
idiot.
host, Dustin. This is Nick.
Yep. and
That's
Tam.
Matt. Tam backwards, and that's Dan.
Ooh,
Okay.
Tam.
Now that we got the pleasantries, you may dispense with the pleasantries.
Yeah. Wow, you're just on fire tonight, aren't
Dude,
you?
I
We've been
will
waiting
light
for a
this
long
bus
time for
on
this.
fire.
I will light this bus on fire.
No, we
I
got
will
lots
flip
to
this
get
bus
into.
over and burn it.
We got lots to get into. There's been some new developments in the Star Wars universe.
There
We should
has
call
indeed.
it like the HoloNet.
The HoloNet. The Star Wars HoloNet.
Star Wars HoloNet. That's what we're on.
Call it whatever you want.
Okay.
All right. I shall call it Tim?
Stay on target. HoloNet news, baby.
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody else already
Tim
out
for
there
short.
has that. What?
What?
You say Tim forgot?
Tim for short.
Oh. Doesn't make sense.
Because I said I was going to call it Tim.
Oh, okay. Well,
and
let's
you're
do
like,
it.
blah, blah, blah. And I was like, Tim for short.
Thanks for staying.
See, it's the full circle. Full circle effect. I
Okay.
made the joke a second ago, and it's already come full circle.
Epic.
This is how comedy works, folks.
We're in it for the long haul.
Yeah, we are.
All right, let's get into some Star Wars news today.
All right. What do we got? What's on the docket?
First up, we got Jedi.
Jedis.
Very general.
What else
Star
do we
Wars
got?
Jedi Survivor. It's a new video
Yeah.
game coming out.
Yeah.
It's the sequel to Jedi Fallen Order, which was a fantastic game.
It was.
I am quite excited about this. They dropped a trailer. We might watch and review it if
What are we
do
doing?
that.
Why did you get so silent all of a sudden?
We've had to iron out some streaming issues on the HoloNet on Tim.
Streaming. On Tim.
On Tim. Tim had to
Timothy.
iron out
Tim
some
Tam.
streaming. Tim Tam. No, but it's a new game coming out. They just released a new trailer for it and some gameplay. And I want to discuss it here because we all played we all played the first one, right?
I don't know if Matt did.
Matt, did you play it?
I
You
done
played
did
it.
played it.
He
Yeah, he played
Did
it.
you beat it?
Yeah.
What was the ending?
Couldn't tell you.
Couldn't.
I don't remember.
been a while.
remember.
I did play it,
was
though.
Such a long time ago.
I done did play it, though. It
Yeah.
was the end was you. Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, no,
No
spoilers.
spoilers.
No spoilers.
It's
The end
been
was
out
where you
for
did the
5
thing.
years.
You ask him and then you say no spoilers.
Yeah.
What was it?
I 100% of that game. That's how much I enjoyed that game.
Wow.
Yeah, I
It's
got bare minimum,
Oh.
but I did beat
You
it.
see the story.
Yeah.
I honestly think it's the best Star Wars game that's come out in recent history.
Yeah, in recent history.
I
I,
mean,
wouldn't say it's the best Star Wars
No.
game out there.
I think there are
but-
better.
How
Recently, yeah.
recent is recent history?
Like
The
since
last 10
Battlefield 1 and 2 came out on the
Those were solid.
Xbox.
I played them on
They
PSP.
really weren't.
The-
Yeah,
Just
see,
said-
PSP was okay.
Yeah, no, the old. Are you
I'm
talking
saying-
the old school ones?
No,
Oh,
I'm
whoa,
talking
whoa,
about
whoa.
like.
Oh, you talking?
I'm talking
them
about the
ones.
newer
Them
ones.
Oh,
suck.
you like the
Yeah.
newer ones?
No, I
No,
don't.
no.
Oh,
I said I like
We were confused.
the other ones.
I was
Yeah,
confused.
the
in
ones that
particular.
came out on like recent
original.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
consoles.
Like
I don't like.
5-6 years ago.
But
Right.
like the 2006.
Yeah, infinitely
version?
better games.
Way better.
Way better. The
Way
mechanics, the graphics looked amazing in the new ones. That's the only
Yeah.
thing I'll give it. The
But
graphics look fantastic.
It was undermined by the gameplay.
right. And Battlefront 2 had a little bit of a story, but it wasn't enough, and
No.
I just
Man,
didn't
he's got
really
a
love
beard
it.
now.
It was kind of, it just wasn't fantastic.
I don't know how I feel about it.
And this feels like that's why Jedi Fallen
Survivor.
Order felt like such a good game because it had a decent story,
Right.
and there was customization, which I liked. Not a ton, but enough. It was like that's why I'm looking forward to this game because it was a really good, solid game with the story and what you could do, and for how much they did give you. Even though the whole time I was kind of wanting more, and that's why I 100% of the game.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm really excited for this one because I think they're really going to expand upon it because it did so well.
I hope so.
Honestly, I hope so. You never know.
The last game, it was kind of jarring to me how they had all this technology to make a better game, and yet they seem to have made a game that should have released like 5 to 10 years ago, gameplay wise.
The gameplay
Because
of
like
that game.
everybody nowadays
Yeah,
are
no.
doing open world games.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Doing
We need-
It
like
felt-
you can do the story whenever you want to. This one was like it was linear. You go to certain maps. I mean, it
That's
kind
the
of had
only
open world.
downfall to that game.
Yeah,
for the
that's why I'm excited about this one. I'm really hoping that they went
Yeah.
way more open world. And from what I saw in the trailer, it looked like it.
Yeah.
Did we want to watch that trailer? Is that possible, Dan the man?
Yeah, we can cue it up if I can.
We can
You
cue it up.
have to give me a few, you gotta give me a second.
Yeah,
Can't
yeah,
listen
no
to
worries.
it.
We'll keep
I
talking
haven't
for a minute.
seen
So
the,
everybody mute your
I haven't
YouTubes.
seen the videos
Yeah, but
or the trailer.
from the trailer, and we'll watch it here in a minute, it looked like they're definitely expanding on things. But I agree. It felt like a game that would have come out in like the 90s or like the 2000 era.
Yeah,
Like
early
where it was
2000s.
linear. You know, like, did you ever play like the Lord of the Rings games that they came
Yeah.
out with that were like super linear?
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
But it was still good games because it was good gameplay,
Right.
and it was fun to be able to be in those characters and a good
Yeah.
story, you
Mhm.
know?
Mhm.
And that's what this was. This was a good, solid story. That's what was fascinating about it, and the mechanics were still there with enough customization that kept it fun.
Yep.
And there was it was very linear, but then there was moments where it felt open world in some ways.
Right.
I mean, not open, but it was like you could explore enough that it was
open.
kept it fun.
Yeah.
But it kind of lost interest. And that was the only thing I was like, once I 100%, I was like, well, there's really no reason to go back and play it
Right,
again.
exactly.
I was really hoping they were going to come out with expansions. Like, just give me like a whole new world.
Right.
You know, because that was the cool thing. You could go to different worlds,
yeah,
but
that's
I
right.
wanted
They
each
didn't.
world to be an open world.
Yeah.
Or if
exactly.
you're not going to do that, make one, like the game be on one planet and the whole planet is like open
you
world.
can
for the most
explore the
Yeah.
whole planet.
That'd be better than
No
having
invisible walls.
10 different planets and only
Yeah.
being able to stick to a path.
But it was fun going to different worlds.
But it was.
because it kept it interesting, and that's what reminded me a lot of ways of Starkiller, which
Mm-hmm. Force
the
Unleashed.
Force Unleashed, which was such a good game.
Yeah.
I would actually say that's a better game in
Yeah,
a lot of ways.
I would too. Because
What-
yeah.
What would you guys classify as the best Star Wars game? Real
The
fast.
best Star Wars game? I honestly would probably have to
boy.
go. I don't even remember when that game was released. It was called Jedi Outcast
Ooh,
2.
yeah.
Or actually, no. The first one and the second one were good.
That was
The
when you
second
could
one-
use lightsabers, right?
Yeah.
Like the lightsaber combat was crazy in
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, and there was dismemberment and stuff, but it was
Yeah.
done well. I mean, it's aged
Right.
a little poorly.
For the time, it was
For the
done.
time, it was like, I remember playing that game on GameCube, and like, I was just blown away. I was like, this is the best Star Wars game I've ever played.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first one, you play as Kyle Katarn,
Katarn.
and then
that
the
guy.
second one is literally a continuation of the story, but you play as his Padawan.
Which Katarn's blaster is the same as
Yes,
Andor's
blaster.
yeah.
Yep,
Which is cool. It's a good blaster.
it is. I think they should make him canon. Kyle Katarn.
Oh, they definitely.
I know.
100%.
Like
they
I've been
should.
waiting for it, and I'm like, if one day they're gonna put it in a show, and I'm gonna be like, I know him.
Right.
That's my best friend.
You know how many
He's my
fans
best
they
friend.
would get? That's my best friend.
I found my dad.
I found my dad.
Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad.
Oh my goodness,
Classic Christmas.
classic Christmas.
Good time.
I would have to say, if I was going to pick a Star Wars game, man, that is a tough one.
Okay. Depending on the genre too. Because
Yeah.
Rogue Squadron was a good game.
That was fantastic.
oh
Yeah.
on the N64. Woo! You're getting fired up just thinking about
I know.
What?
It was a
Dude,
fun
that game was
game.
so great.
It was
What
solid.
what did you just do?
Woo!
That was spot on.
That's got to be a GIF.
That's got to
or at least a short
gift.
in the near
It
future.
was
You guys
really
want to
a
watch this?
gift.
Yeah,
A gift.
yeah.
Don't look a GIF horse in the mouth.
All right.
Blah, 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 blah.
I think we're queued up, so I think if we want to watch it, we can take a gander at this puppy.
Take a
Let's do it.
gander.
I wanna
Just
gander.
don't play any sound.
Well, we're gonna have
There's
to
gonna
hear
have to
it
be a
little.
little bit of sound.
Don't play any
but
sound on the feed.
We'll try not to.
Yeah.
No promises. No promises.
What was that?
You heard me.
You want it full screen on your thing, or I gotta
No,
keep it
no.
small for you guys.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got to
we
keep
can
it
keep it
small
small.
for us.
All right, here we go.
Keep it small.
All right,
All right.
sound is up.
The order is gone. I was betrayed by the one I trusted most. I will not be imprisoned again.
Hold on.
Watch this.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on, we're getting some.
Some technical stuff.
No,
got-
we're good. We're good. We
We're-
just
we're
your guy messed up. So let's start that over one more time.
All
Okay.
right.
Okay.
They could
Good.
hear the video not loud and clear, but they couldn't hear your voice.
Oh.
He did the wrong thing.
It's called inverting.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Let's try it again.
We'll start again.
Yeah, it's great.
All right.
All right, so they
Yes.
couldn't hear anything we said before. So
Yeah, it's all right.
Repeat
Okay, so
exactly
he's in the
what you
back to
said.
tank.
there's a dude in the back tank, and
It looks like a clone of him.
yeah,
But
I don't.
I mean, from this next shot though, not really. But like when I first saw the first trailer,
Right.
I thought it was him, and I was like, "That's
that would
weird."
have been weird.
And I wonder if it is still.
No, so they show that same guy later
Okay.
in the trailer.
Okay. Could crash.
There's a lot going on. That's
Yeah. See.
Seer.
Okay. Where are
That's
they?
a
in
bald
there?
woman.
I don't know, but she's got like, look at that.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's pretty cool. The
Is-
gameplay.
yeah.
Also, you can tame
Yeah.
animals, which
That's
is
awesome.
super cool. The world looks bigger if
Right.
you just look at those.
That's a bounty hunter.
Yeah, and this dude, he's working with the main villain, which the
Yeah.
main villain I think is the guy in the back to tank.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of
Could
people
be.
online are speculating that he's from the High Republic, which
High Republic.
I think is a negative, honestly.
I thought you would be excited about that.
So the High Republic has been
I'm just
total
kidding.
garbage so far.
Yep.
It's
a wampa.
As far, I mean, I haven't read it.
Oompa
I guess I
Loompa.
should be more fair. I like the
Finishing
executions.
moves?
Yeah, those are cool.
I'm wondering if there's going to be dismemberment in this one.
I hope so.
Well, that,
it looked
I do
like
too.
it.
that robot just
Also a
got
new
chopped
guy,
in half
who's
and
the
the
pilot.
head came
Yeah,
off.
it seems to work with you, which is kind of. What if it's 2-player?
I
I
wonder if
never
they're
even
gonna do
thought
that.
about
Yeah,
that,
If
but
they're
that
gonna
would
do
be
a
awesome.
co-op mode, battle droids.
Yeah, there he is right there.
Yeah,
That's a dude.
That's cool.
sickly looking guy.
Dual wielding now. You couldn't do that before. I like that. That is cool with the.
Spider-Man now?
Looks
Yep.
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
this is weird. I don't really love that.
Yeah, the cross guard.
I have
know,
mixed
I was
feelings
like,
about that.
Why do we need this?
The
I
what?
don't- The cross guard on the
Right.
lightsaber.
This is there's
What's that?
dismemberment here, so that
well,
was
see,
cool.
but it's
droids.
machines.
I know.
Yeah.
I hope they go
Machines
full
building
dismemberment.
Machines.
I like.
Look,
I
it
like
just
violence.
Makes sense.
Matt
It just
likes
makes
torture.
sense with
Torture.
a
Yeah.
plasma weapon like that or a lightsaber.
It does. It totally does.
Like when you're not cutting people in half, what's the good of a
Yeah.
lightsaber?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not realistic. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's kind of it. Because you
It's
see the
not that he
blade like
enjoys
totally
doing it. It's
right.
just, it's fake.
Look, I'm not mad about torture. Okay.
Yeah.
Coming
Matt
back.
loves torture.
We're coming
What if
back
they?
to this
What if
again.
they? What if they pull a
Long-time
fake
listeners.
out, and you don't play as Cal in the game?
Oh my goodness.
It's literally
It's
like
just
the first mission,
mission.
and then he dies, and then you play as the other guy.
The villain.
Yeah.
That would
What
be,
if? What
I don't know
if?
about that.
I think
I don't
showed
think they
too
will,
much.
but like, see, and they showed too much.
Well, not.
but,
I mean,
I mean-
I mean, they showed a lot of him.
If yeah,
Cal.
they showed too much of him. But honestly, in this whole, they don't show enough for me to be like, yeah, this is like,
Which is it, Nick?
this is like, you know,
Mhm,
going
mhm.
to be better than the first one.
They didn't give you a lot of the story for
No.
one thing.
And I'm wondering where, you know, who the main villain is. Where does he come from?
Right.
If
Where
he,
does
is
he
he
come
part of the
from?
High
Where's he
Republic?
go?
So
that
that's
seems
the-
like a
from
far stretch.
Joe.
That's the speculation that he's been in stasis for like a couple hundred
Why
years.
is his hair growing?
And he says something about he
Don't
was
worry about it.
betrayed by the one closest to him. So they might be tying it into the acolyte. I'm not sure. I kind of hope not because I think that's gonna be woke garbage.
Or
and
is it gonna
flop.
be? Or is it gonna be tied into Star Wars Eclipse?
If it's Eclipse, that
Because have you seen the videos on Eclipse?
I haven't. been
There
following
is an
it.
actual one.
Oh.
And it looks like the High Republic.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen
And
that.
I was
need
like,
to watch that one.
I don't know how I feel about this.
I mean, they came out with a trailer, and the trailer sounded awesome,
Yeah.
but
No, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like, it looked like it was set in the High Republic, though. And I was
I
like,
don't know. They keep pushing the High Republic, but like there was like leaked documents, not leaked, but leaked images of the storyboard coming up with the High Republic, and like top priorities on the list were like inclusion.
Yeah.
Pretty much all the
You know, the
talking
usual
points. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is above story. You know, you're like
Yeah.
representation, inclusion, and those things on their own. I'm not saying are a bad thing, but if you make that the top priority and you don't have
If you
story
subvert
in
the
there,
whole story just to make that point, you're not doing it right.
it's not going to go well. And they're a story group.
People
They
want to
focus
play.
on
People
the
want to
story.
play a good game with a good story.
And they don't want
Exactly.
politics involved.
They don't. That's all they
Yeah.
care about.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I think Fallen Order did so well.
Yeah.
Because Fallen Order was not they weren't pushing an agenda the whole time.
No.
It fit in Star Wars. It was a good story. You actually had
I'm actually very surprised they made the hero the whitest kid you know.
I know.
It was like,
but
wow, that came
no,
out
but
of
they
left
get
field.
around that because he's a redhead. So they say redheads are.
He's still white.
I know, but
Terrible
they,
Red-
Redheads are
human
like the
beings.
whitest people you
but,
know.
But they check that one. That's still one of those check marks.
What? How? He's
I don't know.
dude.
I don't know, Nick.
I'm just
Try
saying.
being redhead.
Also, in this that trailer,
Does he-
where's what's her face?
I know
The Night Sister.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was
I'm
like,
wondering about that.
"Ooh,
She's dead."
Is she just gonna be dead?
Well, because how they end. I mean, I was really hoping there'd be more with her and him. I was
Right,
like,
yeah.
that would be a power couple right there.
Right. Yeah.
I
But
was
is
like,
she
heck
just
yeah.
not gonna be there?
I'm just afraid, like, if Lucasfilm got a hold of the story and stuff like that, if they didn't want
They're just
that,
gonna kill her off.
right?
like,
and the only other thing that made me nervous is that pilot dude and him working together. I'm like, man,
Right.
I hope they don't pull a stupid angle on this.
See, I could see it being more
if
like
they do, I will be very upset.
I could see it more like being like a crew. That aspect would be cool. But like,
But they didn't even show any crew type
No,
stuff. I mean,
yeah.
Seer was like, it seemed like she wasn't even involved.
She was
hardly. She was
like,
like doing her library
I
thing,
cut-
like
I
Library.
shaved my head. I'm gonna be a monk now.
biblioteca.
Biblioteca.
Yeah, that's and her eyes weren't as buggy.
No,
They barely showed
which is
her.
good because
Yeah, it was kind of
was
distracting.
frightening
I hate
in
to
the
say
last
that,
game.
but that
not
was
gonna lie.
pretty like they did not nail that.
Just every time. I'm sorry. It was just like every time you're just like, yeah,
we're not trying to be rude. It was just, and you see her in real life. It's not like that.
yeah.
It was in the
it was
animation
It's not like that.
side, and you were like, "That's Elmo eyes." Right
It was
there.
just it was just a little over the top.
That's Elmo eyes.
But yeah, no, I mean, I'm hesitant. I'm hesitant for this game.
Right.
Like I'm trying to be like, yeah, it looks good. I'm not hyping myself up. I really don't do that anymore because they've let me down so many times.
Right. I think the thing for me is, I
What's
have,
the thing for you?
so
Explain it.
story's the
this
biggest thing
table?
for me. Story's the biggest thing for me. If they go any woke routes with it, they're gonna ruin the game and the series, and it's
Yep,
not
yep,
gonna
yep,
do
yep,
as
yep,
well
yep.
as if they keep it away. I just hope they don't get their sick claws. The story group doesn't get their claws, or Lucasfilm gets their claws into it because they were like, "Oh, it's popular. We can push an agenda through something that's popular in Star Wars."
Right, and then we'll immediately kill it and start something
Right,
new.
exactly. I just hope that they stayed away from it and let,
Yes.
because it's Respawn
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
and Respawn's been killing it because they're the ones who did
Yeah.
Titanfall.
Titanfall, but they also did
Dude, Titanfall 2, that story mode was amazing.
I never played that. I
You
need to
should
play
play
that.
it. It's really good.
Right, they did, but they didn't follow an order, and that's why
Yeah.
it was kind of out of left field. It was almost like a back burner project, and that's kind of what it felt like in some ways. But it did so well
Yeah.
because it wasn't all these other things. It didn't have so many stipulations. It was an actual Star Wars story.
I
Right,
want to
and it made
see.
sense.
And they respected the lore.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to see Rockstar or Ubisoft do one just because
Right?
of
Well,
open world.
Ubisoft
Ubisoft
is
doing
working
the
on-
Eclipse.
Okay.
That's
Eclipse.
not coming
I'm
until-
sorry.
That's not coming
you're
until
good,
like
you're
2026 though. So, we
But
got
I
a
mean,
long
like-
time. I want
Yeah.
to see Bethesda do one.
Who the heck is that?
The ones who made Skyrim.
I thought
Never played it.
they were working. Oh, are they working on Indiana Jones one?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
Bethesda's working on that.
There's an Avatar game too.
And,
Who's working on that one?
But they also have their
Is that Ubisoft?
They have, I think so.
Sounds like a Ubisoft thing to do.
Ubisoft is coming out with a Star Wars one, I think.
Star Wars.
Oh, that was we just said
We
that.
just
no, it's
discussed
Eclipse,
this.
yeah.
Sure.
It's not coming out for
Ding-a-ling.
a few years though.
But yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, so there's a lot of
yeah,
speculation.
yeah.
There's a lot of good stuff. Watching the trailer though, I did like the fact that it looked like they made a bigger world. Did you guys not see that? in
Yeah,
the
no,
trailer? It looked like there's
that's
going to be
another
more to
thing
explore.
I was gonna hit upon. You know, the last one was okay, but like, almost got him.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
The last one
was okay,
yeah.
but it didn't seem. It made the universe small to me
Yeah.
because it was like you should be meeting like all these other people, or at least different characters.
I mean, you did to an extent.
Kind of like, well, I mean, you did, but it was like I wanted more of it.
Right.
You know, I know you meet up with Saw Gerrera. Like
Yeah,
that was
that was-
cool.
that was
I was
cool.
like, oh sweet.
That was a really cool
I know
one.
who that is. I understand that reference.
I mean, you see, not to spoil it, but we're going to spoil it. Hang
Uh-huh.
on. If you don't want to know about Fallen Order, which has been out for a long time.
Yeah, it's your fault.
No one cares about
Vader's
your
in
opinion,
it.
honestly.
We get Vader.
Yeah.
We get
Which,
Vader. We
see,
get,
and that's another thing. It's like
we get
they're
Wookiees.
they're
we get-
relying too much. It seems like they're relying too much on like Skywalker, universe,
They're looking for the big
which isn't
hitters in a lot of
necessarily
ways.
bad, but it's like I don't think that game really needed Vader in it.
No, I mean,
It was cool.
It made sense.
It did,
It was dope sauce.
Because
but I
of,
don't think it was necessary.
it was scary as
It was
heck,
intense,
though, dude.
yeah.
The way they executed it, it was all about execution. I think they executed everything for
Literally.
what they had. They executed it perfectly, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Maybe not perfectly, but
Oh,
for what
that's
they
how it
had-
ended. It was Darth Vader.
there you go.
Nailed
He
it.
never played.
There's the callback.
Yeah, that's the full circle.
That's the first
I
one.
just needed
Comedy.
I needed a reminder.
Yeah, comedy is a circle, people.
My memory doesn't go further than yesterday.
Yeah, we know.
What'd you
And
eat
then
yesterday?
other than
Got him.
Got pew pew. Got him. Shots fired.
Some pizza, chicken.
roast beef,
roast
some
beef.
chicken, a pizza. No, I mean just this morning. Some roast beef, a chicken, a pizza.
I didn't eat breakfast this morning.
Nobody really does.
Wow.
Didn't do
It's the
that.
most skipped meal of the day.
I didn't eat
The more you know.
until 2:00 ish,
Nice.
and had a burger. So.
Welcome to Dieting with Matt.
That's a segment of the show we call
And
Dieting with
I had
Matt.
a
Is he
burger.
doing like that hour fasting or what do they call that?
Intermittent fasting.
Intermittent.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
Don't eat till
a
12,
thing.
and don't eat after 8 or 9
best-
or 10. Or
something like
Intermittent fasting is you want to shoot for at least 16 hours. Better to go 18 if you're going
Without
to do intermittent fasting.
breathing.
Yeah.
Wow.
No,
So
I
Forget
bet
about
that's what
eating.
Cal Kestis does.
breath,
Right?
breathing
But
is what
probably not by choice.
brings you
so
back.
my thought on you guys. Last question for me from
Yeah.
me
For
is
you.
did that trailer get you more excited about the show than you already were or weren't?
What show?
That game,
The
The
game.
game.
Okay.
You dingling. Read between
yeah,
the
I already
lines.
said
the
it's-
game show.
Tingling.
it's
Wow.
exciting to see where they're going to take the story, but also I'm a bit hesitant where they're going to take the story. So,
Are you?
it didn't really hype me up at all. Plus, it's 5 years in the future.
Is it?
So yeah,
I didn't even realize that.
the first one was in 14
That's why he has
BBY.
a, that's why
This
he has a
one's in
5 o'clock
9
shadow.
BBY. Yeah, no, he looks like a completely different person.
like
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
He's also got a blaster, which I'm kind of excited for. Are you guys
Does he?
excited for that?
Does he have
Yeah,
a blaster?
he's got
I
a
didn't
blaster
catch
in
that.
this one.
He's
Which I
gonna
think he's
blast
gonna
some
be-
fools.
I think
he's going to be more like.
He's gonna be more. He's definitely more grizzled in this one. I think he's seen a lot of stuff, and I'm wondering if it's wearing on him at this point.
He's
Like,
seen
I
things.
feel like he's gonna be having to fight the dark side in some ways.
Ooh,
Um,
how cool would that be?
yeah. So
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be a darker story. Obviously with this new bad guy coming in, I'm not sure how they're gonna play that. Like I just that's the one thing I'm kind of nervous about. This new bad guy tying to the High Republic, because like I said, not very many people have read the High Republic. From what I've seen, it's not very good at all.
not just a boulder.
They had a character,
It's a rock.
named Geode, and it was a rock, and it was the pilot of the ship.
He was a rock.
They also had some characters that were like non-binary or something like that.
Yeah.
And again, that's what I'm saying.
Weren't
they
they
were
like
like,
twins or something?
yeah, it was,
Well,
it
hey,
was just dumb, and they were just again pushing the agenda more than anything.
I don't even go by that.
So that's why the High Republic has really flopped. So the only thing that's getting people slightly excited for that time era is the Acolyte's going to be in that time era, and then if they tie this in, they tie it in well, then I could see it working. But I don't know. I just don't know. It's story. But the things that did make me excited was it looked like they were expanding on the fighting of it with different combinations. As long as it's not just button mashing, kind of like the first one.
Yeah,
the first one was definitely
where they
button
had
mashing.
the executions, but you had to hit buttons.
I hope
and
it's.
I was like, yeah, that's all right,
to hit
but that mechanic went out the window like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I hope they up the mechanics of it. A lot of people want it to be more like
Bless you.
God of War or something like that, the newest one that's come out. I
Yeah,
haven't played it yet.
either.
I'd like to just
On
try it to
PS4.
see if the mechanics are good in it.
Yeah.
But a little bit more like Assassin's Creed. I feel like if they lean more towards Assassin's Creed with a lot of this stuff, they would be finding the perfect sweet spot.
Well, see, that's why I'm interested in what Ubisoft's going to do.
Yeah,
Because
Ubisoft.
they make Assassin's
They
Creed.
make
I hope they make an open world Star Wars
They
game.
make
That's
Watch
what we've been
Dogs.
missing
Yeah.
forever for Star Wars.
Honestly, in this
They make
game, you know how you could like
so
tame
much.
animals and stuff? I
Yeah.
hope you can fly ships.
Well,
Like, that would be, I'd be like, oh, yeah, I'm down. I'm
yeah.
definitely down.
like
'Cause that
how
was the
like
one
in
thing
the
you were missing from Fallen Order.
in
Yeah.
like Battlefront, one of the
Yes.
original ones,
Yeah.
you could
Original.
be
You could just-
fighting and then you could jump in a ship and you can fly to the galaxy.
That is why
Yeah.
that game is so much superior. I don't care graphics. I
Right?
care about
Yeah.
gameplay in a lot of
Gameplay.
ways. I mean,
And
obviously
how,
it matters, but
how far the game can go.
but yeah, that was the sweetest thing about Battlefront 2, I think it was.
Yeah.
You could hop in a starship you were in a big starship, you'd
Yeah.
run to the ship, you'd get in it, and then
go
you take off.
fly
You
out.
could fly out and fight all these people, dogfight.
you could
And
land.
then
on
you
it.
could land in the enemy
other
ship.
Yeah.
You were like, what? And then the newest one, you couldn't run up to a ship. It was
No,
like
you had to
coin
find
things.
a
It was-
token on the
That was the
battlefield.
Battlefront 1, and then
Yeah.
you had to like earn it in Battlefront 2.
so
The whole it was
dumb.
just dumb. Like I want to be able to run to the ship, get in the ship, and take off.
Yeah. Don't
Yeah.
even get me started on Squadrons.
Oh,
What a terrible
yeah,
game.
that was garbage.
It's a glorified
Cash
Again-
grab.
VR game.
It looked good.
but
but
it was bad.
It was like you had to have like a joystick or like you had to have like a flight simulator almost for that game to be fun.
Yeah.
You designed it like
It
specifically
was
for
like
that.
sitting in the living room, flying the house from the couch.
Yeah, it felt like that. It
Yeah.
felt like you were driving a really
A
big
bus.
bus in
A
space.
tank.
Nothing felt maneuverable. Like
No.
Battlefront 2 had better aerial fighting, dog fighting
Yep.
than that
And
game.
it was still bad.
And that game was designed specifically for that.
Right? Yeah.
This is crazy. I was
Yeah.
just like, how did you make this so bad?
Right.
And
you
it felt like
couldn't
a
you
deal-
couldn't
there was-
even you couldn't even go to third person mode.
Yeah, just
It was like it
stupid.
was always first person. I was like, what's the point of that? What's the point of having
Again,
like,
it was just a glorified.
what's the point of having like customization on
Yeah.
your X-wing or Y-wing if you can't even see it?
I mean, nobody plays that game anymore either. That's a testament to it.
I
There
never
are people
even
that still play
bought it.
Fallen Order.
I've tried to play Squadrons lately. It's still bad. I can't get into it.
No, it's
I'm like
not.
this is frustrating.
Well, and again, it was just like
Frustrated.
it was half a game. It wasn't even a whole game.
No.
There wasn't like no story.
It was a glorified tutorial.
Yeah, and there was all multiplayer, but the mechanics were not
Yep.
good.
How much did it cost?
Oh, it was cheaper.
It was cheap.
I think it was like
dropped,
30,
and it was dropped
30
to-
bucks.
I don't
But then
know.
I think
When it
that
first
proves
came
that
out.
Oh, when it
I don't
first
want a
came
piece of
out.
junk for $30. Give me the full game for 60,
Exactly.
$70.
Yeah,
if
I'll
you're gonna
wait.
do it.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Every new game coming out now is
Pay to
base
play.
price $70.
$70, man. That's
Yeah,
a
inflation,
lot of
What you
man.
money.
doing to
$10.
That's a lot of money for something that doesn't
Started
have
with
replay
Activision.
value
Yeah,
too.
and
That's
it's
the
also
challenging
not a
thing.
finished game, and also has DLC that should be included in the base game.
Right.
Generally speaking,
They are getting kind of stingy with things. I
Yeah,
understand it takes a
they're
lot
just
to
getting
make these
greedy.
games,
yeah.
Yeah.
but you look at games again, like even what we were saying, like Battlefront 2 in the
Yeah.
past, that
Dude,
game is still
That
playable to
game
this
is
day.
so good.
It's fun.
Oh,
And it's fun for anybody to just jump on and
Yeah.
just get right into it and have a blast.
you
They
can't
don't
do
make
that
games like
anymore.
that.
No.
But I hope they have a bit of a replay value for this game.
Yeah.
And I'm almost wondering, looking at that trailer, he kind of crashes the ship.
Mhm.
I'm almost wondering if it's not all going to be on
On one planet.
Although he did, I think they were in Kashyyyk at one point.
Yeah, they were.
Dang it. I kind of
Oh,
almost.
maybe that's before you crash.
But if you crash and it's only one planet and the whole planet practically is
Yeah, that'd be nuts.
like open
I'd
world,
like that.
that would be sick.
It'll be
Yeah.
dope sauce.
Or maybe it'll be like, maybe you can choose who you want to play as in the game. You
I
know?
doubt it because of the story.
I doubt
mode,
it too.
but that would be
still,
cool.
It'd be really cool.
And that's one of the things I didn't want to talk about. We were talking about speculation, but one of the things I didn't want to talk about was things we want to see in the game.
Yeah.
So additions.
Yeah.
So more
I
open
wanna
world,
see-
and it looked like they had some of that. It looked like it was some bigger maps.
Mm-hmm.
Dismemberment.
The only thing I can
Dismemberment.
kind of equate it to in some ways is like a scaled down version of like Skyrim.
Yeah.
You know, like Skyrim had like maps you could, but then you could go to other open world maps.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're almost going to do that. They're going to open up the world to the places you can go on that world.
Yeah.
but
That would
they're
be
gonna
amazing.
bigger, you know.
Right.
And I hope they have some DLCs in the pipeline because, like, I feel like a lot of people are gonna like 100% this in no time, and then want more content, and they're not gonna be ready for it for like another 5 years.
Exactly.
I would pay more money for another planet to explore, another side story.
Yep.
And they could keep doing that for a while.
Yep.
I think that'd be awesome.
How long have they been making this game?
The last one came
about a
out
month.
in, was it 2000? Was it
Like 19, right?
19, I think.
Fact
Yeah.
check off.
Fact
Something
check
like
out.
But Laserbrain's going to be reviewing it, right?
Oh,
He's
yeah.
gonna do some
Yeah.
Yeah,
gameplay.
we'll probably doing
Most
some live streaming that
definitely.
one too.
Yeah.
That'd
Streaming
be,
it?
That'd be
Nice.
sweet.
We
Yeah,
might.
yeah, or
We
doing
might.
some walkthroughs.
You never know.
Bring it.
2019. Yeah. It came out in
19,
2000.
You guys did
2019.
some. There's some stuff on this channel on like
Yeah.
2020-ish.
And then we didn't continue.
it was like 21-ish. Yeah.
People watching the
Dropped.
videos are probably like, "Where's the next one?"
What a bunch of idiots.
We just
We're working
Maybe we'll
on it.
just dump
Restructure
those.
ourselves.
Maybe we'll just dump them, or we'll dump them on Laserbrain.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We'll
Yeah.
probably move a lot of things over to
Dump
Laser
right
Brain.
on Laser
Um,
Dump.
But we got a lot of work to do on Laser Brain still.
All right.
but
So
we're
back
getting there.
to Star Wars. Are we going to move on to the next one? Next section?
Yeah.
The next
yeah. Any other last thoughts
Next.
on?
Space combat.
Oh, I hope they have space
Yeah,
combat.
I hope
yeah.
they add it.
And
You-
more.
He said dismemberment.
And I want more customization.
oh yeah.
The more customization, the better.
I want to be able to shave that beard, or make a longer beard.
'Cause I like the beard. I think beard's pretty cool.
No, make.
I like
make
beards.
mine.
Oh yeah, I want
Yeah.
longer beards.
Shave-
And then
What?
Or shave his head. Ooh.
the only thing was the cross guard.
Yeah.
I feel
that
like
part,
they're.
I was like, what are you guys getting at?
I feel like a
Yeah.
lot of Star Wars content that's coming out feels like they're just trying to make the sequels work.
Right.
Do you guys get that feeling?
I do too.
Like they got the cross guard now, and they're like, "Oh, see, the sequels are cool, guys."
Not really.
We didn't
It's
completely fail.
Completely impractical to have
Right.
a crossguard on a lightsaber.
I know.
That
That's
makes
what I
no
was like,
sense.
But also, they have those in the Old Republic.
Well, not
The crossguards, I'm saying, in the books.
before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or the High Republic, I mean.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
see that, but
Yeah.
then again, it's
Yeah.
still a retroactive thing.
Yeah.
It's still new stuff that's come out, nothing
Yeah.
before. But yeah, I'm looking for. I'm actually looking forward to the game. I think it's going to be good. With their track record, the first one was fantastic. I loved it. Best Star Wars game that's come out
How do
in
you
a long
how do you
time.
think they're going to end it?
I don't know.
Bang.
I think they're planning on doing another one after this. Might as well make it a
So
third.
then it's going to be like 0 BBY?
Right.
And he's going to participate
Or
in the
it's-
Battle of Yavin?
Yeah, I think they could tie in a lot of things, and it would be. I think that would be really cool if they did that. I mean,
Yeah.
they could bring characters in from Rebels,
Clone Wars.
Clone Wars,
What's happening?
Andor.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. I mean, they could bring in a lot of different characters that would be really fun to see.
Yeah, it
Even
would.
like Han Solo, stuff like that.
Han Solo.
Boba Fett, whatever. You
Boba
know,
Fett.
you could bring in a lot of different characters.
Bib
I almost wonder if
Fortuna.
Boba Fett's not going to show up. in
Jabba the
this.
Hutt.
Yeah, just all of them.
Yeah.
All Mon Mothma,
Gamorrean guards.
right? Frog Lady,
Frog Lady. The guy who holds that ice cream machine in
right?
the Cloud City.
Cloud City.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a deep cut.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
He
man.
had his own action figure.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just randomly.
This is
Like,
an ice cream maker.
people were like, who the heck is this guy?
Who the heck is this fool?
He's still, you know what?
Who is this fool?
You know, people still bought that more than they bought the sequel trilogy
Yeah, I believe
action
it.
figures.
Honestly,
You
that's,
could not
it's
sell
worth more
the
than the
sequel
sequel
trilogy
trilogy
act-
combined.
Yeah, that guy is worth more than the sequel trilogy combined.
Yeah.
We love the sequel
All right.
trilogy.
What's our next segment?
You guys, last thoughts? Any thoughts?
No, that was it.
We're all
I think
all
that was
right.
it.
Next segment
continue on
is
with our thoughts.
so Bad Batch. They dropped season 2 is going to be coming out January. And they I swallowed my mint.
Your mint.
My mint. What size?
Dish.
Mint.
That guy was mint Kaddish. Mint. No, but season 2 is coming out of the Bad Batch, and they just dropped a trailer for that, so we might watch and review that one whenever.
Yeah, we can pull that up. You ready?
Yep. All right. Let's
see if
do
we
that.
get some
Everybody
audio
pull
too,
it
and
Yeah, make sure you
the
meet
same
the right
time.
channel.
Yeah, we'll figure it out here.
Don't you worry, Nicholas.
He's Nicholas.
Selokin. That's my
see what
name
we got
backwards.
here.
My whole name. Nicholas.
Freak it!
Right.
Change!
All right.
Yeah. was a good
Working on
movie.
it here.
That was a good movie.
It was solid.
It was.
Bad Batch. Season 1, though, that was... I had mixed feelings about Season 1.
I think they dumbed it down.
You know, I don't remember it.
Tried to make it more kid
At
friendly.
least you're honest. I think, yeah.
It's Amiga.
She was the weakest part
from
of
the
that.
corridor.
They did dumb down the Bad Batch so that Amiga could be in it. And Amiga was like...
See, I think they wanted to make it more of like a kid-friendly show.
She was like a MacGuffin, but not really. She was kind of...
MacGuffin.
She was
was
kind of
like
a
a
Mary Sue.
Mary
She was
Sue.
a Mary Sue. And it was really annoying, actually.
It is.
She was quite annoying.
Children, dude.
Yeah.
Really annoying.
I mean, maybe they're pulling a Ahsoka type move. I think that's what Dave Filoni's going for. Like, she's annoying in the beginning,
Right.
but
Then
then
she
like
becomes a
she's becoming
woman.
better. Because even in this trailer that we're about to watch, I do think that they're trying to make her cooler. But for how much I already don't like her, I'm kind of
It's
already
gonna
like,
take
They're
a
trying to make
lot.
her cooler by looking like a complete dork.
well, and they're kind of making her like dude-like in some ways, and I'm
Ugh.
just hoping they don't go
Who do
a
you think
weird
she's
route.
gonna be in the Star Wars universe? In the
So-
grand scheme of things.
I think the whole MacGuffin of the first season was that they are
MacGuffin.
making a force-sensitive clone.
Okay.
And I think she's going to be force sensitive. I think that's
Who's
what
she
it
gonna be,
was.
though?
Because they
Force
referenced
sensitive.
Mount Tantus at the very end. That was the most exciting thing of the show for me, was Mount Tantus. Because Mount Tantus in the expanded universe is where the Emperor cloned himself. Was cloning himself, and then he had Jerus Sabaoth.
Is that
which
canon?
No, it's now it is
Jerus
because they
Sabaoth.
made
Oh, that's
Mount
true,
Tantus
yeah.
in the show, but before it wasn't. And that is the Thrawn trilogy, which is super exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really hoping they actually bring the Thrawn trilogy to life, even if it's an animation. I don't care. I want to see it. It's so
Right.
good, so good.
So good.
So
good.
That's what they should have
So
done.
good. So
All
good.
right, here we go. Let's see if
All
we
right.
can play this sucker for once.
We
and for
got
all.
We're gonna play the
Video.
sucker for once.
All right, here we go.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Zone
what
it
you gonna
down.
do
This is
about
down.
it?
We're
Yeah.
gonna put it over
What you
here.
gonna do about it? Yeah.
No audio. All right, they can hear us.
All right.
All right.
Them are some bad batches.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
running on a beach.
Running on the
For all
beach.
you audio listeners out there.
Do.
It looks good though. I do like the look of things.
What's that, Bo?
Yeah, it looks clean.
Yeah, she's got her bow thing, and they're trying to make her look tougher
I
again.
dig that.
I
dig
think she
that,
looks like a
Bo.
dork
wasn't
with that
bad.
helmet on. Give her a full face helmet.
I
like
just want them to
Ezra in
act like a
Rebels.
unit again, like
Yeah.
like a solid unit where they actually have like
Right.
roles.
It
and-
feels like it's a little more lighthearted.
Right. It's a kid show.
it is.
That's what they're trying to do.
But
Yes.
they've touched upon some serious stuff in the first one. That's why it's like
Right.
a weird
It
contradiction.
is. It is.
Was that the Zilla Beast?
Could have been.
It almost looked like the Zilla Beast
might
in like
You're right.
a weird form. This is all about like them, like freedom for them, still doing like a big heist. Still, so that's not Rex. That's Commander Cody.
Cody. Yeah.
So he's still working for the Empire. What's Crosshair?
yeah.
Yeah, Crosshair.
So there's definitely still gonna be conflict there, but that got kind of old in the
Mhm.
first season.
It did.
It didn't pay off.
I
like it
liked
should.
seeing this. This was
Yep.
awesome.
Right. What's his name?
Oh shoot! I just know it's
not
he's
that
got
is
Chewbacca. It's,
basically
Gumby
Chewbacca.
or not Gumby. It's like it's something like that though. It's
Yeah.
He's making stuff up at this point.
No, he's in the Clone Wars,
Yep, he is.
and that's actually a really fun arc in the Clone Wars.
It is.
I don't even
When
think
they
he's
get their
real.
I
carbon
like
crystals.
seeing.
We
I
haven't
like
seen
seeing
Palps
the
yet.
Yeah, I
Papa
like
Palps.
seeing Palps. That means that there's going to be a lot more stuff going on in this, which I am actually looking forward to.
You think they're gonna fight against Commander Cody?
I think they might.
You think they're gonna kill
They
him?
bring Rex back, which
Yeah,
is
that's
cool to
kinda
see
cool.
Rex again.
Yeah.
And that I think he's going to get him involved, the rebellion, you know.
Well, yeah.
Because what's the time frame on this one still? I think it's still. Is it immediately after? Gungi. Yeah. See, it's a
Gungi.
weird name, but his name's Gungi.
Gimby?
But his lightsaber is actually like a wood, but
Yeah.
like a,
It's
it's really cool. It's like a really.
The
h-
what-
they said it's
whatever-
harder than steel.
whatever tree that is.
Huh.
That don't make
From
sense.
Kashyyyk.
Yeah. What tree is that?
I
Their
forget.
main tree.
It's a
Yeah, they
redwood.
said what it was.
For me, I wasn't overwhelmed with the trailer.
Yeah.
I thought
wasn't-
it was
yeah.
pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
it felt pretty good. I didn't feel like it was anything that I was like, oh my goodness.
Right.
Other than the lightsaber moment was pretty cool,
Uh huh.
but
Gingy.
it didn't like make because I feel like we all kind of enjoyed Bad Batch. We had really high hopes we were still fresh to the Disney Plus era scene. You know what I mean? We had Mandalorian and then Bad Batch. We're like, this is gonna be amazing, like Mandalorian.
Right.
And then we realized
Then it wasn't.
It was.
It's like, this is the Mandalorian
It was the
if it was
beginning
rated
of
G.
subverting what could have been something really good with a little kid weird introduction to a new character that didn't pay off. It just got worse as the season went on. And it all kind of ended with a thud for me, I think, for most of it. Wouldn't you guys agree with
Yeah,
that?
it just didn't go anywhere. There
were
part
some
of the
interesting hooks in how they got free from the chip and how they showed that.
Right? Yeah, there were some good moments in the show.
So I'm tentatively excited about this. Now, it may be amazing, and maybe they're going to go the right direction. But I'm not, the trailer didn't make me like, all right.
It didn't overhype you.
Count down the days now.
See, I feel the same way. The same thing happened for the Survivor trailer. I was like, yeah, okay.
It looked like more of the same.
Yeah.
There wasn't anything that like
there wasn't
blew
anything
you
that
away.
I was like, oh man, that's over the top.
I think that might blow you away for Jedi Survivor is if they like say, all right, this game's gonna be fully like multiplayer. Like you can have two people playing the whole thing.
You can meet other Jedi.
That would blow you away.
That'd be
or
nuts.
like, what else would blow you away? Like you have a full ship, customizable, and there's gonna be
fully
space
customizable,
battles.
space
in this.
battles, dismemberment.
You can literally fly from planet to planet.
Yeah,
like in real time.
seamlessly.
Seamlessly.
Yeah.
That would be impressive. Like
Yeah.
something like that would have to get you pretty hyped.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I'm
but
hoping it
in
eclipses,
this-
but I'm hesitant.
Yeah, but in this, I agree. For the like, Bad Batch was never really like terrible. It wasn't like Obi-Wan or Boba Fett, but
Yep.
it had the makings of a lot of good things that could have been awesome, but it just felt stale. Like it didn't.
with this close.
Yeah, it just didn't really go anywhere. And Amiga was really just felt like it was dragging the whole
Amiga.
show down, and they were kind of basing it almost all around her,
Right.
which it was called the Bad Batch,
It should have been the
and then it was
Omega
like all
show.
about her.
Yeah.
And it was
all about
that
the
got
corridor.
so whenever it wasn't about
what?
what
It
like
was
a
all
southern
about the corridor.
yeah
with a southern accent.
from the corridor.
the corridor.
I
Oh
do
my
remember
goodness.
that part.
Yep.
Yeah, that's because we repeated it like 9,000 times when reviewing.
What do you
the show.
think? Do you think Omega is going to become the leader of the Bad Batch?
I don't know.
You think
Maybe.
Hunter's going to die?
No, I don't think they
Not
can
in
kill
this
him off.
season. I'm just saying, like, eventually she's going to end up leading them.
I think Dave Filoni's hyping her up for something like in the future.
Something.
don't
I
know
hope
what-
there's a good payoff.
I think.
Not going to lie.
I think she might be showing up in like Ahsoka or something like that.
Right.
Real quick, we got a message online. A message? What am I saying?
comment,
A comment.
man.
Wow.
Jeez, oh Peach, you
Tim.
crazy
No.
son of a
Tim?
gun.
Carla says.
Who's Tim?
Full circle.
Tim?
Carla says, "Good evening. A good evening to
Good
you too,
evening.
Carla. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you being here with us. Long time listener.
Salute.
We appreciate that too. We need to get those Wookiee cookies going.
I know, right?
I think she deserves one.
We need
Yeah,
those
point.
cookie wookies going.
Cookie Wookiees.
Oh, we make-
Cookie making Wookiees.
Wait, we
They're making
make-
Wookie cookies.
We make the cookies out from the Wookiees.
No.
Oh,
the
no.
Wookiees make the cookies.
No. Oh, okay, that's better. I like that. But
The Brylark tree.
wow, fact
That's
checker
where the
pulling
wood is.
clutch.
That's not a tree.
Those would be some tough cookies made from the Brylark tree.
The only Wookiees can eat them.
Yeah, my
Little-
teeth are broke.
Yeah, but
are these cookies?
Whoa, bro.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I tried that.
I am now toothless.
I am toothless from How to Train Your Dragon.
I love
Full circle.
Toothless. Toothless is fantastic.
I know, right?
But yeah, the show, the first season was just so bland in a lot of ways. It didn't leave you with a lot. Like I wasn't really excited for season 2 once it finished. I'm hopefully optimistic that this season's gonna be better.
Are we going to try and do some live streams on it?
Heck yeah.
Live stream.
Brilliant.
Live.
Yeah, we'll definitely be reviewing that.
Yeah,
And that's
for show.
January, so that's only a few weeks
For
away.
show.
So
Did you?
Yeah.
and there's a lot of episodes. I was just looking at that. I think hang on.
There's about 100.
Someone else talk.
There's a lot of episodes. Someone
So,
else talk. Don't.
Let me
pay
show
no
you the
attention to
settings we use on this live stream real quick.
them. Yeah.
Boring.
Oh, that was it. Okay.
Let us show
Those are all the settings.
you our address as well.
Yeah.
No, there's
Or
more
what?
than 10. There are 16 episodes.
16.
Nick, do something funny.
Fact checker.
Ha!
Do it.
My face.
Ah!
Hilarious. Got myself.
I'm back.
Ooh,
back.
self-burn.
So there are 16 episodes. That's a lot of episodes. But they're only
Wasn't
going to
there
be like
16 in the first season?
Yeah, but I mean, for what we've been reviewing,
See,
like 10.
I
10
think that
episodes,
tells
8
us
episodes.
10.
that tells us what we need to know.
They're gonna
because
just
they
have
didn't-
16 season episodes.
I just think they just
Episode seasons.
they're doing too much.
It's too much filler.
Yeah.
Too much filler.
Yeah.
So
That's
there's
kind of
gonna
the-
be some kid, but to be fair, Clone Wars in its prime even had a lot of filler,
Yeah.
But-
and it jumped all over.
and
the
it jumped,
place.
and some of them was like, oh, there's
But-
Jar Jar. and
Aren't-
there's-
But I
This
feel like
episode's
they
only
got
like
into a
20
better
minutes.
rhythm later on where it wasn't filler. It was like 3 arc or a couple arc episodes,
Right.
and it was.
Yeah.
I think they
But,
honed
like,
it down.
Season
a lot
1,
yeah.
oofed.
Season 1 and season 2, I'd say there's a lot of filler.
There's-
yeah.
So
there's a
hopefully,
lot.
Bad Batch is the oof of like Clone Wars kind of had.
Like
Yeah.
even Rebels had filler. Like
Yeah.
you could cut out some
See,
of the
but-
middle parts of Rebels,
But
True.
Rebels,
but it was still good.
It was
Every
still
episode still
good.
made sense.
Yeah.
it was good filler.
There was
Yeah.
some like Chopper. No, who was
Chopper Gunner.
who was the goofy guy that sang out in
Oh,
space?
the other droid.
Yeah.
I forget the name
Oh,
of
God,
him. But
yeah,
yeah,
what
he
was his
singing
name?
it. That was just
That was
weird.
hilarious.
But it was
though.
funny.
Easy to see.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's just out of the blue, and we were like, I was like, wait, what's going on?
Right.
And then he gets caught, and he's like, oh no.
Yeah. No,
No,
not
it's
Max.
not Max Rebo.
No.
No,
Come
it
on,
was-
fact checker. It's
Uh,
a droid. Max Rebo is a blue
No.
boy.
No.
It's a blue boy.
AP5.
AP5. That's what it is.
AP5. There it is.
He just starts singing.
Nailed
out of
it
the
first
blue.
try. Fact checker.
Isn't he like depressed?
Yeah, he's like a
And that's why
depressed
he
robot.
starts singing because he's like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm finally alone.
He's like the robot
And then
from.
they get him back, and he's like, oh no.
He's like the robot from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy
Yeah.
in a lot of ways. I feel like they based a lot of
Yeah.
that robot
He's
off.
like,
Him.
no, leave me.
Did that store just sigh?
All right. Hey, I'm a sofa. I know exactly how you feel.
They also named all the episodes, which is
Yeah.
crazy. I don't have to read them off now, but there's a lot of
There's a lot of names.
there's
a lot of letters
things going
and
on that make
readable
you think about
positions.
Yeah, you don't need to do that.
a lot of different episodes.
A lot.
I don't know. I'm hopeful. I'm hopefully optimistic. I am hoping that they learned from the first one and that Dave Filoni's got a plan. I think he did do a lot of filler, and he was pushing, I think, her too much for the show, and we need just more.
Actual Bad Batch.
Yeah, Bad Batch.
And
Because when we first were
Bad
introduced
Batch
to the Bad
featuring
Batch,
the Bad Batch.
we need some bad boys in the Bad Batch.
Bad boys in the Bad Batch.
We need some eggs that go
We need
bad.
Wookiees cooking cookies, making Wookiee cookies.
We need Wookiee cookies that have gone bad, and we call those the Bad Batch.
We need the cookies made from the Wookiees called Wookiee
And that's
cookies.
the ones you get when you're naughty.
When you're naughty. Matt has checked out.
Is that
mentally.
where we invented Wookiee cookies? Was it Bad Batch?
It might have been.
Maybe.
Did we start calculating? We're like,
No.
No, I think it was.
It was
I think it was
Mandalorian.
first. That was Mandalorian. That
was
was
like
the
the
first
first
season of
yeah, first season
Mandalorian.
of Mandalorian. When we first
Wow.
started this.
Yeah.
Yes.
this goes way back.
This goes
Like,
way back.
nobody
Way
watched
back.
then. Just kidding. Actually,
Wow. Nobody watches now. No, I'm just
Yeah, right. Nobody's watching now.
What's the difference?
One person.
No, I'm just joking. No, Carla's watching.
Walking.
She's walking with
She's
us.
walking right out the door.
She's on this journey with us.
She's on a journey with it. We're walking outside.
We're all on a journey.
You coming
together.
with us, Carla?
No,
Are
some
you
people
coming?
have been listening, and some people are watching right now, and they're like,
Right
would
meow.
they get back to the content because now they're just rambling? I'm just kidding.
Right.
We do this all the time.
We do.
Honestly, if you cut our shows down, I think we're literally only talking about Star Wars for about 10% of the time, and then we just go off.
And that's
on
me
tangents.
usually.
Yeah,
10% might be too high,
it might be.
just
It's
kidding.
more like 5%.
but we
Maybe
have fun
one.
along the way. It's it's not about the destination; it's about the journey.
The journey,
I disagree.
an unexpected journey.
And
Matt's
that's
like,
the realist.
I want to go to bed sometime
It's
tonight.
like the destination is most important. That's falling asleep. Oh, good. Well, we're just filling in between Andor and Bad Batch anyway,
Yeah.
and these video games because there's not a lot going on. There's no big movies coming out, but it is interesting that they dropped all this stuff right now because they're kind of loading everybody up for the new year.
Right. And we got Mandalorian season 3
Trace.
coming out in February.
Aren't these? Didn't we figure out
Skeleton
these are going to be
Crew.
on top of each other?
Yeah, they're gonna overlap.
Yeah, they will overlap.
Interesting.
So
Are we going
because
to be
there's
live
16
streaming twice a
episodes.
week?
Or we could review both.
Maybe.
Probably.
What if they're the
We
same
can figure
night?
that out later.
What if they're on the same night?
We'll figure it out.
The
roll with
logistics
the
of it
punches,
are
man.
just gonna blow my mind.
We can
Yeah,
do
we're
it.
gonna talk. We're actually
think-
gonna talk about both shows simultaneously.
That's what I'm saying. I think in different
That's
cameras.
sick.
Like
Yeah.
we'll be like looking forward and we're talking about Mando. We look to the left and we're talking
Yep,
about
yep.
Bad Batch.
And it's just yeah.
That would
What?
get some viewers.
Matt and I will talk about.
We're figuring this out as we go.
You mean Dustin will talk about it.
right.
Well, Matt and I are done with the show. Dustin and Dan are still talking, so we're gonna go home.
Exactly.
It'd probably be better if it was like Dan.
It's gonna be a crazy amalgamation of words.
Dan and Dustin just can't be together.
Right.
That's very true. When
That's
we
very
played Star Wars Rebellion back there behind Matt,
Right.
it was not pretty.
Well, I just remember our Obi-Wan review of the last episode of Obi-Wan. We went for like almost 3 hours, just the
That's
two of
true.
us.
You were just ranting.
Hey, that
It
one got
was-
some views, man.
Then we got some views.
They listened to that rant.
Also, it was just because it was so freaking bad. Like we
Yeah.
just could not say enough bad
You
things
couldn't go
about
wrong.
it.
See, I
It
didn't.
made
And,
us so
uh,
angry.
The
I didn't
lawnmower
like the
listeners.
show, so that's why I didn't show up for the last episode.
Right, it wasn't even worth it.
The lawnmower
I was
listeners,
like,
but if
yeah, I'm
Bad
not
Batch
coming.
falls off a cliff, we might let it fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's not good,
Just be
I think-
yeah.
I'm hoping
Push
it's gonna
that over
redeem
there.
itself.
Push.
I think they're gonna bring in. So Dave Filoni's really good at interweaving characters that you know. So he's gonna be pulling a lot of nostalgia, I think, for this.
But he didn't do
season.
this, did he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Dave Filoni who's doing this again. Clone
Is he
Wars.
though?
Doi Filoni.
I think
Fact
he's
checker. Clone
Checker
Wars
of
from Bad Batch
facts.
is Dave
See,
Filoni
'cause he
running
did-
Bad Batch.
He did Tales of the Jedi, and it's
And that's
phenomenal.
unbelievable.
Yeah, that is phenomenal.
If he did Bad Batch, I don't know what he was doing.
If he did Bad Batch, the trailer would have been better, probably.
Well, I think Bad Batch was in the works for a long, long time.
Okay.
So what did he do? Why did he do? Why did he do?
Why did he do
Why
that
did he
so
do
bad?
Why did he do? What
Maybe the
he
story.
do?
I'm wondering if the story group didn't get involved or something
Yeah,
like
they were
that,
"Oh,
or
we gotta
if a
make
lot
it
of the
more
story was.
kid-friendly." And he's like, "No,
I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of questions with that one.
I don't know. I don't know. He's
Is
a
he
part of it,
running
but I don't think
he's a part of it.
I don't think he's the executive producer
Who's the writer? I guess I
or
just want to know
the
who's
writer.
the writer.
Maybe he is the executive producer. I don't know if he wrote it though.
Is there an
Did he write it?
executive
What
writer?
does
He
the
wrote it?
executive producer do when
He
you're
produces.
It's just
executive.
an
What is that?
animated show.
They're
Showrunners.
showrunners, but they're not the writers.
So for
Yeah.
Bad Batch,
Oh,
Okay.
Corbett is the head writer.
for Bad Batch.
So it's not
Corbett's
Filoni.
Oh, okay.
See
so it's
that?
not.
I think that's why it's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's overseeing it, but he's not writing it.
That's
But
what he
he-
did for Resistance.
Maybe
Star
he
Wars
was.
Resistance.
Maybe.
Oh, Resistance was garbage.
Maybe
Yeah.
he was too.
Resistance.
He was too busy doing Tales of the Jedi to really pay attention to it.
I think Tales of the Jedi was like 100% him.
Yeah. No. Like
100%.
no joke.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Because that is good stuff.
so wrapping it up with this, I think we're
Hesitant.
tentatively optimistic about it.
No.
Nick's not, but
We're
it could be good. I think if Dave Filoni steps in a little bit more and maybe corrects the ship a little bit,
Yeah.
I think it could go well, and it could be interesting, like Clone Wars. But I don't think
Yeah.
it's gonna beat Clone Wars at this point.
No.
Bad Batch for me, I haven't written it off, but I'm just like,
Man, it's straight
I
up
don't
looks
think we're
like
ever
Darth
gonna
Sidious.
get
No, I don't think it's going to
the
hit.
quality.
I don't think it's going to hit. I think his version was Tales of the Jedi,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which we didn't talk about
And
yet.
we
Are gonna
need
talk
that
about-
show.
Yeah, we
more
need that show.
now than ever.
We'll do a
Please.
quick review.
They
I
need
think-
20 episodes worth of a season
do.
in that show
It's quality.
on just one Jedi, not
Right.
two.
No, that
Two
show
is a little
fantastic.
ambitious. It still worked. Don't get me wrong. But if you focused on one, dude, it'd be like one of the
Dude.
best shows that ever came out
Yep.
for Star
Oh,
Wars.
yeah. It's unbelievable.
Dude.
Yeah.
Like for real.
Yeah.
And speaking of which,
Oh my gosh.
we're gonna review episode 2 of Tales of the Jedi.
Tales of the
Justice.
Yes.
Justice.
With a
This
side
is where
of
things start to get good.
spaghetti.
We're gonna do non-spoilers real fast, just in case people haven't seen it out there, and then we're gonna do spoilers right after that. So real quick on the non-spoiler, it's quick episodes. These are real quick episodes. So we're
Yeah.
gonna rapid fire through these, and we're gonna
like
get
10
through it
minutes.
and review it.
12 minutes, 15 minutes.
So non-spoilers, what you guys think? Compared to episode 1 of Tales of the Jedi, how much better is this?
Oh, phenomenally, like infinitely better, I would say.
Yeah.
It's dark, but it reminds me of Clone Wars in a lot of ways.
But on
But
the
more-
next level.
But yeah, but more refined.
I think the thing that reminds me of it so much is just only the animation.
Yeah, exactly. This is the show. The first episode was geared towards the kids, ish. It was a little frightening for kids.
Yeah, it was a little.
But this one was like,
wasn't as good.
this is towards the OG Clone Wars fans
It's like for me, it's like
who are now adults.
it's yeah. This
OG,
this one is like
got him
wow.
throwing gang signs.
Gang signs. No, this is like almost peak Rebels.
This is peak Dave
With
Filoni,
the
right?
music-
Yeah, peak Dave Filoni. I like that.
Peak Dave Filoni, but with the
Man.
music, the serious tone.
Yeah,
But in the Clone Wars animation.
exactly.
So it that's why it all comes together, and you're
Yeah.
like, holy crap, this is amazing.
Mm-hmm. It is.
What'd you think of this one, Matt?
It's a masterclass.
Nope.
you
I was kind of preoccupied, but
You were, but was there anything that stood out to you?
He was.
in this-
I don't think he looked at
you
the
didn't
screen
really
more
look
than
at
10
it.
seconds.
incorrect.
Well,
is
with your limited
actually
viewing of
factual.
it, what did you notice? What did
Yeah.
Wait, this is non-spoiler. Oh,
Yeah.
never. I
What-
don't have any non-spoilers.
Yeah, he
We'll
doesn't.
just wait.
There's not enough to say.
we can come back to you for the
Yeah,
spoilers.
yeah.
We'll get to
on-
them real quick. Dan, non-spoilers of this. What's really stood out to you? Non-spoilers.
Yeah,
Non-spoilers. Again,
non-spoilers.
non-spoilers.
non-spoilers. It's tough to do, but it's really tough to do. I did enjoy the action of it.
Yes.
I enjoyed the music of it. That doesn't
Yes.
spoil
The
anything.
Score.
The score was unbelievable.
The
maybe,
standout.
maybe
really.
the best of any of the episodes. It
It-
just jumped right out. I mean, right from the beginning, you're like, that sets the tone for the episode.
It does.
There's no denying this is going to be intense. And you see some characters that we've known, that we know. You see some characters that we have never seen before.
Exactly.
And that pretty much wraps it up.
Some creatures.
That does it all.
Right. I'd say the music is on point, but it fits with the overall theme, especially if you look at this as a 3-arc structure. It is,
Yep.
but it isn't. But the beginning of it. And that's why I think the music fits so well with the main character of this episode and what's happening to him and the deeper thoughts that are going on. And that's why I feel like that music really fits. There's something we're going to talk about in spoilers, a connection between things. Part of this episode too that was so intense that hit with the music was also it felt too real in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
There's things that echo real life in this, and that's what also hits hard with kind of
Smacked you
this.
across the face.
Yeah.
Said,
Right.
It really does.
Smack them.
Also, that fits with like kind of the sad tone of the music.
Yeah.
And we're gonna talk upon that. It's got a lot of interesting aspects of it, but the music, there's some decent action in it. It's not bad.
Yeah.
And there's some dark tones and
Dark
all of
tones.
those things together,
Dark
and
colors.
it kind of felt like Akira Kurosawa in a lot of ways with
You
like
did. Yeah.
you know,
I was gonna say.
with the tone and,
Yeah.
and how they come into the city or
Yeah.
this kind of village in the middle of nowhere, and they got to help these people quickly.
Spoilers, Martha.
Well, they don't know what
Martha.
exactly I'm talking about.
Martha.
They still got to watch it to fully understand.
Yeah, watch it. In black and white.
Overall, what would you guys rate this non-spoilers real fast?
out of 10.
What did we rate the first one?
I don't think we rated it very high. I
It
thought
wasn't
we were
very high.
like,
it was like a 2 or a 3.
yeah, some
5 or
out
out
of
of
10.
10?
Out of 10,
It was
yeah.
out of 10.
You want that know? You want that know? I don't remember what we rated.
Turned into country speak.
Right.
Right.
That's
right. Right. Right.
Howdy, y'all.
Hey.
Hey,
you
y'all.
all. Did I do
Yeah.
it right?
So I would rate this.
Nailed
Well,
Yeah,
we can
rate
rate it in spoilers, but overall we really enjoyed it. I don't think
Yeah.
there was much.
Oh,
there
it
was
was
no
great.
negatives. I think we had in this episode at all.
There's one negative.
Oh, what is it, Nick?
Are you gonna save it spoilers?
Spoilers.
I mean, we could do it right now.
It's a non-spoiler.
What, we
No,
do
it's
spoilers
spoiler.
right now?
All right.
Or?
We're gonna go to spoilers in
Spoilers.
5,
I'll tell you the
4,
I'll tell you.
3,
2.
2, 1.
One.
Here we go
Come
into
back.
spoilers territory
You've been
of
warned.
Tales of the Jedi Episode 2, Justice.
Justice.
All right, what's that con there, Nick?
Qui-Gon Jinn's voice
Yes,
did not
agreed.
sound like Qui-Gon Jinn at all.
I
You
do- yeah.
even raised the point it sounded like a young Obi-Wan Kenobi.
It sounded more like.
But that
Obi-Wan.
being said, that was literally like the only negative of this episode.
right, because I think Dan, you even said you didn't even know that was Qui-Gon, right?
I was guessing, but you're right. I was not 100%. I was like, is that? It doesn't really sound like him, but it's kind of has the fake Scottish thing.
Right. But
And-
it sounded like he was
He's too British
too
than it
young
was Scottish.
for
Yeah.
how old the
Right.
animated
That was part of the
character was.
problem. I didn't even realize that was Dooku at the beginning either.
Right.
until you start talking, which is right away. But I was like, is that Dooku? Is it supposed to be Dooku? They haven't told us it's Dooku. So I guess his Padawan or the guy with him would probably be Qui-Gon, but it didn't look and sound like him as much for me at the beginning.
Yep.
So I was like, I don't know. But then by the end of it, I was like, it works. I believe you.
Tell me this stuff.
Right.
No. And the music was good. And the dog.
Yeah, the dog. I think that's the first time we've seen a somewhat normal-looking dog in a Star Wars show.
Dog and all
Yeah.
that dog.
The only thing that was not normal was his tail.
Rib cage was
Well, no, normal dogs.
normal dog.
Normal dogs, you're actually supposed to see the rib cage.
I mean, to an
Right,
extent.
a healthy dog.
It
That
looks
was a little
unhealthy,
bit much
but
there,
apparently
bud. That was a
you're
little bit
supposed to see
much
it.
there, bud.
not cut him open, Matt. Nothing like that. No torture for you.
Matt's hungry for some ribs.
Matt is like, I would like a McRib, please. Where's your nearest
Meat's
dog
back on the
kennel?
menu,
That's
boys.
one thing that, or not one thing, but that sucks. So
All right.
anyway,
That's a con.
Yeah. You
the
could not
McDonald's
see-
McRibs
You
is
could
a
not
con.
see
con.
any McRibs.
We're just rating McDonald's
Yeah.
now.
Right. Yeah.
Stay on target where we do everything but.
Also, you ever had a McRib? They're not great.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I maybe have had one
I've
time.
had it once.
I think
Yeah.
they used to be better back in the day, or they're
boo-boo.
exactly the same thing
boo-boo.
as they were back in the day. I'm not sure.
Matt just Caesar bent.
Back in the day, how long ago was that?
I don't know when they first came out.
Which is
Like the 1980s.
fact checker. Oh, I wasn't born
Fact
yet.
checker. I wasn't either. That's what
When
I'm
did
saying.
the McRib
I think
come
it was
out?
just the
I
same
came
thing.
out about 21 years.
We're gonna
later.
find this information.
You guys
out.
don't even remember the original like McDonald's jingles and like
No.
I remember a lot of them.
I know
Commercials
but then
and
you got like
McDonald's.
Ronald McDonald. Did you guys have Ronald McDonald?
Yeah, I know. I know.
No,
who
because
Ronald
that's
McDonald is.
scary.
You didn't see Grimace
81.
and all the other little characters. Because
Yeah.
like you could go to McDonald's and get those
I've
little
actually
toys.
I've watched the
Yeah.
McDonald TV show.
McDonald.
Yeah, on
It
your
was-
fancy YouTube.
No. I actually saw it once.
Aren't we?
Literally once or twice.
Why are you dissing it?
But it wasn't the live action one. It was a cartoon version.
Oh
of it.
wow.
Yeah, that version was better. The cartoon version.
Yeah,
Was.
but
But
the
they-
live action was horrifying.
had live
I've
actions.
seen that one on
Well,
YouTube.
yeah, it's a McDonald's.
They had live actions on the commercials.
Yeah, that
It's like
too.
Grimace and they're like outside. It was like during
Yeah.
the Barney era. It was like never worked.
Yeah, I
Like
remember.
No.
grainy footage and
It's like these kids are traumatized.
He's caught
There's
some
no way
cases
these
now.
kids are normal after this.
like you want some more ketchup?
You
kid?"
want some more
He's like,
ketchup
"No,
for
I
your
don't want any
burger?
ketchup.
Yes,
Please
Mr.
no."
Grimace.
Well, and then there was like the Hamburglar, and he was always
Yeah,
sneaking
he's always
around.
stealing his burgers, and then
And then like Big
Ronald
and then
McDonald
like
whips out some karate moves.
I'm pretty sure Big Bird showed up and kicked everybody's butt. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, it was just the whole premise is just creepy.
yeah.
When you think back on
was.
it, you're like
Clowns in
how-
general. Just
Yeah,
like,
clowns are
Just
just creepy.
They
You
just
know,
they made
if
like
you're doing a mascot, don't do a clown, guys.
yeah.
Let
Guys.
McDonald's be your.
See, and where does that come from? Where does our
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
irrational fear of clowns come from? Is it Ronald McDonald?
no, it's just
Is that who started it
No,
all?
there's like scientific backing
it's
about
probably
it's because
Pennywise.
They wear makeup.
part of it's the makeup, and
Yeah.
part of it is the fact the way they behave is so
Yeah.
against.
It's so erratic and
Yeah, it
just goofy,
and it
you're
feels-
like I'm in danger.
feels fake, forced,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some.
What's that from? Is that the? That's not.
I'm in danger.
They kind of went like
It's a
court
meme.
gesture, but like
thought
too
it was
far.
from
Yeah.
Clowns are court gestures that have gone too far.
Like yeah, I don't know where I'm going.
Please
with that.
tell
us
me,
more.
Nick.
I'm repressing memories.
And I
right
think
now.
psychologically now we know more about people that tend to like
You're in a
dress
safe
up
space.
and act happy all the time. You know, there's something wrong with them.
yeah,
Yeah, they know
Right.
one's
You
on
happy all the
drugs?
time, dude.
You want drugs?
So it's too much of an act. Whereas maybe like 100 years ago when
Smoking that
clowns were like,
gookoosh.
oh yeah, this makes sense. But nobody knew back then that he was actually a serial killer or whatever.
right.
You know?
Yeah.
And we got here by talking about
What?
dogs' ribs.
The downside
Is
of
this
this all is
serious?
I want McDonald's now. They
They
know how
Wow.
to get me,
what?
sticking their meaty,
That was-
meaty
that-
hooks into me.
That was Tales of the
Getting
Jedi.
my McRibs.
That was Tales of the Jedi's subliminal messaging.
Yeah.
The dog's ribs made.
I was like,
made
man,
you
I really
to-
want
What?
McDonald's.
McDonald's. Yep.
That dog needs a cheeseburger. Am I
It's
right?
like when they do the subtle hints at movie theaters where it's
The
like,
subliminal
get
messages,
your
yeah.
get your
snacks now. I
snacks
was like,
now.
well, I didn't want a snack, but
Dang it,
now that
now
you
I
said
do.
that,
Or they
the power
flash
of
it.
suggestion,
Right.
an Italian hand gesture.
Anyway,
If
so
they had spaghetti at a movie theater, I'd be set.
You know
I don't know. Italians, movie theaters. getting your food.
You wouldn't actually
The
want
spaghetti.
that.
Can you imagine that though?
My
'Cause
popcorn has spaghetti in it, people.
People be
Deal with
slurping up
it.
them.
Yeah, they'll be slurping the
spaghetti
whole
noodles.
time. That'd be terrible. You get
Ooh,
like
I got my
smacked in the face from some dude next to you slurping some.
My Parmesan's falling down.
You're like, man, I'm
Dude,
enjoying. No, it's like a horror movie, and they're like ripping out somebody's intestines, and you get hit in the face with.
You're like, oh yeah, spaghetti.
like
we get it.
spaghetti, and it's just dripping.
The spaghetti smells like iron.
Oh no!
Wow. Speaking
Wow,
of
this
Italian,
divulged.
New Mario movie.
Okay.
Oh gosh, don't even go there.
What? That's a whole other thing. Okay, we've gone off on too many tangents. Let's
All right,
wrap
let's
this
wrap
Tales of the
this
Let's
Jedi
go back
up
to
so
what
we
we were
can get out of
talking
here.
about.
So-
McDonald's.
No.
All I gotta say is
Normal looking dog. That was interesting.
Yeah.
I did not see that, and that was actually quite fascinating that I didn't know.
yes.
Yes.
Also, like I said, this is like peak Dave Filoni. I think he should turn this series into like 20 episode series.
Yeah.
And just focus on one Jedi.
Do you, Nick?
Because so far it's, Tales of the Jedi has got 2 Jedi in it. It's Ahsoka and Count
Right.
Dooku.
I think the next
Dude, if he just took this Count Dooku and just spanned it over like 20 years from him, or like from him first starting,
That's 20 years.
first beginning in the Jedi
Right.
Order to him,
you could call
leaving it.
Yeah, you could call it Tales of Count Dooku.
You could just
or
call
even,
it
or
Dooku.
Dooku.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it would be amazing.
Yeah.
Because
I-
this episode was amazing.
That's kind of
Where's
what
Matt?
That's kind of what they did
It
for
was.
Clone Wars in some ways with
Yeah.
Anakin.
Yeah.
It was more of a long format version, which
Yeah,
I
but
think
see,
was
this is-
superior.
This
to
is
the
more
short.
refined.
This is very refined.
And like Dave Filoni just keeps going up. I don't know how he does it.
The
Some
way
black
that-
magic or something. I think he's got, George Lucas in his ear like,
oh
hey,
yeah,
you should do
I-
this.
I bet he's. I bet for Tales of the Jedi, he was bouncing a lot off George
Yeah.
Lucas. You can feel a lot of George Lucas' inspirations in
Yep.
this, especially for some of the content that we get into here in the next episode or 2.
Mhm.
You're like, there's no way he didn't talk to Lucas
Yeah.
about this or
Yeah.
new stuff behind the scenes from George Lucas, because George Lucas had a plan for a lot of characters, a lot of
Yeah.
different things, and I think Dave Filoni would have definitely reached out to him. It
Yeah.
felt like it for some of the tones, for some of the characters that were used. Again, for some of the answers that you didn't know you want answered,
Yeah.
but you got.
You mean, questions that you didn't know want to answer.
Right, but going back to this episode, again, what we were talking about, it's too real because it's definitely a rundown town because of a
Desolate, almost.
corrupt leader, a corrupt senator, right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
the reason I say that's too real is because look at L.A., look at Chicago, look at Detroit. They're re-electing these people all the time, and
Yeah.
nothing's changing. It's
Exactly.
it's total garbage. It's crime-ridden.
Right. They
Russia?
even make the-
It's like people are
Russia.
pooping in the streets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Russia.
ridiculous. There's
Yeah.
more homeless people, and
Qui-Gon even makes that comment of like, oh, if you don't like it, just elect a new official. And she's like, oh, God, if it was only that easy.
yeah, if it was only
Yeah.
that easy. And then
Yeah.
a lot of these
And
big
it's
cities
true,
like
'cause
that,
It's
We
not
be trying,
that easy.
dude. We be trying.
right?
That has gone off the rails.
He's really
he really
been
wants
trying.
that McRib.
Right. So
Wow.
they stole the senator's son
Yeah.
to basically hold him as ransom, and to hopefully get some change.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not saying that's the best tactic, but they are at their
But
wits
desperate
end in a lot
times
of ways.
calls
You
for
I
desperate
think
measures.
And
Star
even the
Wars is
lady
slightly
that-
different.
Ratted him out. The other lady forgave her immediately because she's just hungry.
Yeah.
You know, that's like she's just trying
Just
to put food
wants
on
to
the
make
table,
rib.
and that's a sad place a lot of people are at,
Mhm.
and that's why it's too real. And it was like, and the music fit it perfectly. Which, touching upon the music, Dan and you guys both mentioned that we got Qui-Gon, which is
Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson's character, although it's definitely voiced by somebody else in this.
Right.
But Liam Neeson is also in.
Schindler's List.
Tell me
Schindler's
I
List.
don't
Which
know.
that music
That
is very
violin kind
reminiscent
of
of it.
lead.
Yeah.
It reminded me a lot of Schindler's List, which is like heavy epic.
Yes,
But
You,
sets
it's a
the
movie you
stage.
only watch once.
Yeah,
it's hard to watch.
Yeah.
It is very difficult
but
to watch.
through that whole movie is this theme, this
Mm-hmm.
violin theme, and that they kind of pulled that weight into this episode, which I was like,
Absolutely.
bold maneuver.
Yeah.
And it worked, and it was just interesting that Neeson. But I had that exact thought while I was watching it. I was like, that reminds me of Schindler's List. Neeson was in Schindler's List,
Right.
and
I-
therefore it was epic.
Right.
And even how, Neeson in this it almost plays similar to Dooku in some ways.
Mhm.
Like he has a falling out. And that's what that's what I love about these next 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Episode 2 is the beginning of it, and I loved seeing Dooku like
it shows you
he's still a Jedi at this point. But
he starts questioning.
Right, we know where
the
things
Jedi
are going,
Order.
and like I love how they played it. They played it perfectly in this because you're just seeing hints, and then he kind of goes off for a sec, and you're like, oh man, especially where we know where he goes.
Yeah.
But they play it so well, and especially how Dooku, his character, not Dooku, Qui-Gon is so faithful to his character in this, as he, he's in the moment, but he's also trying to save everybody's lives. He's not just for one side, you know,
Yeah,
which I love.
Say that I realized Count Dooku was good.
In this,
Oh, you never knew he was a Jedi.
oh,
before he
okay.
was a Sith?
So this is kind of news to you in some ways.
Yeah, he used to be part of the Jedi Order.
Yeah, and he was actually he was
You're welcome. If you couldn't tell from the episode,
he was trained by Master Yoda.
Yep.
Actually, he was Master Yoda's apprentice. There's a rich story of Count Dooku, and he is a fascinating character. And they touched on the highlights with these 3 episodes. So yeah, it was fantastically done. The moment when he switches, was like intense. Like he's like, enough's enough, dude.
Yeah.
Like this, he's playing nice the whole time, and the center just keeps pushing and pushing and pushing. And he's like, I'm done messing around.
You know what?
And he just forces
people
chokes the
deserve
dude, which
to
is
die.
definitely not a Jedi.
No.
You don't do that
That's
in the
the
Jedi.
dark side.
Yeah, that is the dark side, and you could see
Sometimes
him
you gotta though.
go into that.
Sometimes you got to go dark.
Well, and
you went
know
right
what?
to the dark.
And that's the tricky thing with this is like in this situation, it feels justified.
Yeah.
And that's why it's called Justice, this episode. Yeah, it circles back to that. And that's what's fascinating about this episode, because you can understand where he's coming from. They're making the villain more understandable and relatable. And that makes a fascinating villain. And that's why I loved how they played this episode.
Yep.
So I give it high remarks. What do you guys want to rate this? What do you guys think? Any other thoughts? I think we touched upon pretty much all of them. Dan, you got anything else in this episode?
Not particularly. I thought
Score was a huge standout.
Yeah, it was a giant win for the music, and a big leap up from episode 1.
Oh yeah.
Episode 1 wasn't horrible, but it was nowhere
lighthearted.
near the epicness of the remaining 6.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
serious
they just
tones.
keep getting better.
Yeah. 100% agreed. So
what are we gonna rate this?
for me, I mean, if you're rating on like the Filoni scale, like I'd rate this a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe a 9 out of 10 because I think it gets even better from here.
Yeah.
That's actually,
I'll go.
I'm going to say 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I'll go 9 too, just because of the voice of
Yes,
Qui-Gon.
that was definitely
That's the only thing. It's like if it wasn't, I'd easily give it a 10.
They should have taken some more time on that.
Yeah.
I agree. What about you, Matt? What would you rate it out of 10?
Probably an 8.5.
8.5?
From the 10 seconds he watched.
Solid.
Solid 10.
It disappointed me every second of the
Every
way.
second that he watched. He watched all of the non-action moments.
Yeah.
He's like, this needs more action. We're
at
like,
least
dude,
there
it's
was
right there.
decent
He's like
action in this.
No.
scrolling through stuff.
No.
Yeah, there was. It was good.
I actually liked the action. And
Yeah.
the weight that the action had behind it is
Yep.
what I liked. And they even enhanced that. That's what makes a good action sequence, too, is the motivations and the
All right, it wasn't
emotional
just
weight.
like,
Fought into
Count
something.
Dooku's fighting him just because. It was like, no, this guy's an actual dirtbag.
Right, there was a reason for
Yeah.
it.
He's a
and there was
dirty
emotional
bag.
weight.
And he's like, yeah, no, I don't serve you. I serve the people of the Republic.
Which I liked that. That was
Yeah.
a really good take.
Which is
Good
what
line.
the Jedi were supposed to do.
Right.
Well, that's a whole nother story.
Right, but that
can
plays
get
into
into
it. And that also
'Cause
plays into
they-
why he goes the way he does.
They were technically the Senate's lapdogs,
right.
essentially.
Eventually. Yeah. What about you, Dan? What would you rate it?
Yeah, I'd give it
Danny.
probably 9.5 out of 10. Let's just say 9 out of 10.
9
9 out of 10. Solid. Some of Dave Filoni's
Yeah,
best
I'm
work.
the only one who gets
Yeah.
to make it difficult.
Yeah.
Amazing work
'Cause you
by
didn't watch
Filoni.
it.
Amazing work by the music. Amazing work by the animation.
Atmosphere.
That score was
Story.
done by Kevin.
Yeah, the atmosphere.
Kevin Kiner.
Was it Kevin?
I think it was Kevin Kiner.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
That guy.
It just writes itself.
It just writes itself.
Kevin Kiner just writes all the music.
Yeah.
You never.
He's so good.
It's crazy.
I wonder. I would love
He's
to
just
like.
sleeping and he's like, "Oh man, it's good."
I think I watched the first episode and then I watched this one
Yeah.
later, and then I like instantly was like, I gotta watch the next one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
So-
See, the first one, you're like, "Yeah, cool."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
I don't
like,
really want to watch
mediocre.
another one. Then you watch the second one, and you're like, "Oh man, Here we go.
That's why I think they really flubbed up with that first episode.
Yeah.
Because that really did not make me want to watch the rest of
I
it.
think they should have.
It was only the fact that you were telling me that we need to watch the whole thing. I was still planning on it.
No, that's what I was saying. I was like, dude, you got to watch the whole thing. You can't just watch one episode
No.
and be like, yeah, I'm done.
I think I binged like 3 episodes.
Dude, I watched
like,
the whole thing in one day.
Yeah, it's
I was
easy
like-
to do. It's not very long.
I want more.
Yeah.
Where's the next season?
Yeah.
Why isn't there like 20 more episodes?
Yeah, that's what I'm,
I think the next season is going to be called Tales of the Sith.
That'd be interesting.
I think it's going to be like
Or
I
that's just
wonder-
going to be a completely different thing, and then they're just going to keep releasing seasons for each of them.
I think they're going to do Tales of the Sith, and I think that he's going to do Plagueis.
Yeah.
That's a prediction.
oh,
Hot
good.
take.
I
You
like
heard
that.
it here first. Maybe not. Somebody would probably already said
We're
that.
telling the future.
But that would be really cool if he did Darth Plagueis
Yeah.
and the connection between Sidious and Darth Plagueis.
when he meets,
Yeah,
when he
or
first
like
meets
young
Sidious. Yeah.
with Plagueis, or when Sidious betrays, like a whole 3-arc act on like how he betrays him,
Yeah.
or when he's younger,
That'd be great.
craving the power, and then he becomes the
Live action
Sith
too.
Lord. That would be fantastic. You heard it here first. Do it, Filoni.
You hear it here first.
You hear it here first.
You hear it here first.
Done there, here
Swedish
first.
chef.
The Swedish chef.
Good thoughts, everybody. That was pretty solid.
Yeah, solid episode. I'm looking forward to the reviewing the rest, which we will be doing next week. Sorry we
Next
weren't
week.
here last week. We had a little bit of
Oh, you didn't do it last week.
sickness on
It was his
Hoth.
fault.
He was sick. I was
hey.
gone.
I was gone. I wasn't sick. We weren't sick.
You were
We weren't
mentally
sick.
gone.
He was somewhere else. I was somewhere else. He was sick.
I was sick.
He was
I
getting
was.
everybody else sick.
I had the shakes on Hoth.
He had the shakes that make you quake.
Yeah,
Fries
it was
that
no
make you
fun.
cry.
But we're back this
Burgers,
week, better than ever.
Make you die.
In the meantime, they got a lot of good stuff to watch, some funny stuff,
Yeah.
some shorts, and all the good jazz.
Sure.
If you haven't checked
Some
out
Andor.
our other videos, we've been releasing a lot of shorts lately,
Yeah.
and
'Cause
Dan's been
it's
killing it with those.
warm
I really
weather.
love.
Literally.
What's been your what do you guys? What's been your favorite that we've released?
Probably
One of
the Andor and the Velociraptor.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Velociraptor one was hilarious. I love that matchup.
Didn't you guys have
so
that
great.
thought, or was it?
I
just,
did. I was like, yeah.
In the show,
I was like, you know what makes
in
sense?
the show? No, I never had that thought.
It's like
I don't have much.
I
thoughts.
did.
I did
Yeah.
not.
At least I think it was me. But
Yeah,
I was
think
like,
you
know what'd be
mentioned it when we
funny
were watching
is
it.
if a T-Rex was in the kitchen from like the first Jurassic Park. And Dan's like, we got to do it.
it was totally. It just felt right.
It was
the way he was
hilarious.
sneaking in, and even the lighting, the setting.
It worked.
Like if you look at them back to back, it's all Lucasfilm editing anyway. So Lucasfilm.
And even the way he's
Slash.
like walking around and then he like
Yeah.
points the gun.
Yep.
And
That-
the sound, I loved how you matched the sound with
Right.
gung, gung, and then he looks.
He turns. Yeah.
That was perfect.
Papa.
That was hilarious. And the Andor one, you got me on that one.
Yeah.
Andor what?
Got him.
It's a
Yeah.
Andor blasting first. How many times did he do that in?
Andor is
Oh,
always.
dude, we got to make tons more videos
Yeah.
where he just pops
That's what I mean.
around the corner and just shoots.
Doesn't
and
even have
then
to be
somebody
Star
dies.
Wars related.
no, we should just
exactly.
make it
Anything.
like every movie. Like that's how it should have ended. But with Andor,
Right.
he just shoots the villain like immediately, and it's over.
I mean,
Roll
oh my
credits.
There was a quote. There was a comment from somebody that said, "Good blasters, no match for, or no
Right.
ancient
Hokey
whatever,
religions and I just lost
whatever." But all I could think of was like
It.
the
Or no
scene-
match for a good blaster at your side.
Like take the scene from Indiana Jones where the guy's like got the knife and he just goes.
Yeah.
Same kind of premise.
Yeah.
Don't mess with Andy.
Andy.
Don't mess with Andy.
Don't mess with Andy.
Andy.
That's why he shoots everybody because they call him Andy. I'm sick of this
Andy
crap.
from Toy Story.
Somewhere in here.
Childhood name.
He's been scarred.
Andy from Toy Story. Oh my gosh.
Dwight.
Woody talks back.
Right.
Andy just goes. We've offended
No, that's
everybody
Andy
now.
is so Andor is Andy grown up and he's
Right.
been through some stuff.
His toys talk to him.
His toys
That's
talk
why he's
to
so
him.
paranoid and shoots
It's
everything.
actually just like his mental descent into madness is like Andor's story, but it's just all in his head.
oh my
You're
God.
creating the next video for me right now.
Yep.
That's
There we
genius.
go.
I'm gonna mash him up. It's gonna happen.
Mash up Toy Story.
It's gonna be him
Andy.
all grown up. He's all sour. He gives away his toys at the end of the third one, and
Right.
the fourth one they go through the flames. The
Andor
fire.
is Buzz Lightyear.
Right.
He flunks out of college. Like the end of the world happens.
No, he's just in a mental institution.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
It's just in his mind. Like, nothing's
Oh,
real.
wow.
Oh, boy.
Too real.
It just writes itself.
It does. Comedy.
All right. Well, I
circle.
think that'll probably do it for tonight,
Yeah.
homies.
Jabronis.
Wookiees. Jabronis. Backwards.
Cookie Wookiees.
Jabberoni.
Thanks
I
for
don't know what a
tuning
jabroni
in.
is. I always
We
say it, though.
appreciate every single one of you. I don't know if Nick does,
I don't.
but I do.
I pick and choose.
Matt, do you appreciate everybody?
You know, some people don't deserve to be appreciated.
Oh, wow. Dropping truth bombs.
Well, Dan and I appreciate you all for watching. And
Speak for yourself.
Speak for yourself. Dustin's the only
Wow.
one that appreciates
We're on an
everybody.
island here.
We all decided to just throw you
Oh,
on
yeah,
the
we're
bus.
supposed to fight. We were supposed to fight at 9:30.
Well,
That's right.
We'll take it
Man, we
outside.
passed.
All
You're
right.
you're officially under the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Well,
You're
for
welcome.
everybody here at Ox Studios, we appreciate you.
It's the
Take
we
it over.
again. It's only
Yeah.
I.
It's always
Dustin.
a we.
Everybody, meaning me.
Shut up.
Dustin, Andy, Andor, everybody in his brain.
None of you are real.
Right. This is all made up.
It's all made up and the points don't matter.
The show doesn't matter.
Show doesn't matter?
Yeah.
Stay on target. Show.
Stay on target.
We got a
that
comment
cut
from Taylor
deep.
that said, that cut deep.
Apologies.
Well, I don't
It
apologize.
did cut deep.
Wow.
'Cause we just threw everybody that was watching
Taylor,
out the window.
I stand by what I said.
I appreciate you. Probably more than anybody else. Just saying.
You have
So.
to say that.
You don't know me.
You don't know me.
Literally forced to say that.
Yep.
All right. Last thoughts, and then I'm cutting the feed. Actually, Dan does.
How about we
but
just cut the feed?
I'm
right
surprised it hasn't cut to this point. We've
You know,
been
I could,
pretty
I could
good.
probably unplug a few things and
Yeah.
cut something.
How does
Let's
it
just
look?
start breaking down the walls,
Matt's
people.
like, check me out in social. He's like, workout, Matt. What? What'd you say, fact checker?
What?
Hey, the dog.
What's
little
that?
wonky.
Them's fighting words.
I don't care who you are. Them fighting words.
Fighting words.
Fighting
All
words.
right. Thanks for watching this episode of Stay on Target. We'll be back next week, same time, similar time, maybe.
Yeah.
And we look forward to seeing you then. We'll have some good content next week. We're going to probably be doing some either review, a year in review, or looking forward to the next year of Star Wars. So with that in mind, get your thoughts together because we love to hear your comments. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I should have said that earlier because I doubt there's many people
Tell your
watching
friends,
this still.
tell your enemies, tell your frenemies.
Dang it.
The whole.
That's right, you're being replaced.
You just took it from me.
All right, and cut the
I
feed.
still gotta say
Tell your
it.
friends.
Tell your friends. Tell your enemies. Tell your frenemies. Like us on all the shows, socials. Everybody's checked out at
Socials.
this point. All right,
Socials.
we'll see you next week. Thanks for
Socials and
tuning in.
gracers.
I love you. I love you.
I tolerate you.
They tolerate
Was
you.
that the
but
quote?
I love you.
Have you guys seen Home Alone 2, Lost in New York?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, get on your knees
I
and tell me you
love
love
you.
me.
Yeah.
I love you.
Yes.
They do it. They read it off like that. Is
Yeah.
that the quote that you
That's
guys
the quote
did?
that we were talking about.
Is
yeah.
it?
I love you. Yeah,
Right.
because when they made him say it like multiple times.
It is what it is.
It
I
is.
just
you got
realized.
it. You got. You gave it away. They were supposed to figure it out on their own.
No,
Well,
give me your Wookiee cookies right
They'll
now.
never figure it out. Light bulbs just dinging off everywhere,
Dinging.
No, they're breaking down the walls.
breaking down the walls.
All right, cut this
Peace
feed
out, party
before
on.
we go on
yeah,
any further.
we got to get out of here before we go off the rails.
Cut in
anymore.
mid-sentence.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Missed it by that much. Oh, there's still audio.